Could all that is lost ever be found? Could a golden cover find its way at all? You make beautiful things. You make beautiful things out of the dust. You make beautiful things. You make swinging up from this old ground. Out of chaos, life is being You make beautiful things out of the dust.
Hello everybody, my name is Chris O'Donnell. I'm a junior at Towson High School, and this is a little bit more about my story. So I grew up going to church every Sunday, but I thought of it more as a chore than as something I really wanted to do. Like, I went to Sunday school, I went to services, but I didn't take anything in. And it was like that until about 7th grade, which was my first year in school after COVID. and I was really excited to meet new people, and I was playing football for the first time that year. But a few weeks into that season, I broke my leg, and that ended my season for me, and I was devastated. But during that time, my school community really rallied around me and helped me out through that time. There were kids that I didn't know that well who were helping me get to class every day, and I truly felt like I made friendships and belonged in that school and that community. But in 8th grade, when I couldn't get these kids out of class early anymore, I realized that a lot of them had just stopped talking to me. And I thought that I did something wrong. I didn't know what I did. I thought I was a bad person. And that led to me falling into a deep state of depression where I questioned my worth, I questioned my purpose on earth every day. And one night it got so bad to the point where I attempted to take my own life. But God knew that it wasn't my time. So at the start of freshman year, I was still super excited to play football. I worked really hard all summer to get on the football team, and I earned a starting spot. But a few weeks into that season, I got 3 concussions in a row, which led to me having to quit football. And during that time, I really started to question God. I was wondering why God would take something that I loved so much away from me. And I fell back into that state of depression where this time I completely isolated myself from everyone except a few close friends that I had going into high school. And I completely gave up on my schoolwork and myself as a person. But at the start of sophomore year, my friend Luca came up to me and asked if I was going to Young Life tonight. And I had been to Wildlife before, so I knew what Young Life was, but I hadn't been in high school because of my depression the year prior. So I was like, I don't know, I won't know anybody there. But he said to me, not to worry, because Braden and Josh, they were our leaders. They'll make you feel welcome. You'll have a great time. So he convinced me, and I went to Young Life that night. And he was absolutely right. Braden, Josh, and everybody else in that room were so welcoming, and they made me feel like I belonged, and they showed that they cared about me. And it felt so great to feel like I belonged in a community again. And that fall, Braden invited me to a trip called Fall Weekend up in North Bay. But it really wasn't a good time for me to go, and I kept telling him that. But he was so persistent because he wanted me to go to Fall Weekend. And he got me the scholarship I needed, and I was able to go. And that was the most helpful thing anyone has done for me in my life. Because at the end of Fall Weekend, they give you 20 minutes to sit outside alone, anywhere in the camp, and just pray. And during those 20 minutes, I thought about everything that's happened to me in my life, through the highs and the lows. I thought about what God had done for me to get me to where I am right now. And I thought about those times where I felt the furthest away from God and realized that He was there with me in those times more than ever. I just couldn't see what He was doing then. And that night, I decided that I wanted to fully give my life to Jesus Christ. And that was the best decision I made, because since that night, I found belonging in a community again. I found hope for myself and for my future. I found my purpose through following God, and most importantly, I found happiness and joy that I hadn't felt before. And this past January, I came up on 3 years self-harm free. And that all started because Jesus died for me, so now I can live for Him.
If we haven't met yet, my name is Braden. I know the one who persisted on Chris coming to Fall Weekend. I get the privilege to lead at Towson High School, where I get to walk alongside Chris and many other students in the highs and the lows of their stories. And it is the greatest privilege that I could ever ask for. And it takes a lot of guts to get up here and share your story. So can we give one more round of applause for all of these guys? They're going to head on out today. They have school tomorrow. On behalf of the Baltimore County staff team, I just want to thank you guys so much for being here. It is huge that you guys are in this room and get to hear stories like